My name is Lindsay Knuckles, and I'm an advanced life group leader with Forest Hill Rock Hill, and I lead a group of senior girls. We have been meeting since January, and it's been such a blessing for me to be a life group leader, just for the girls and also for me, as I have led them to a better version of who Christ has called them to be. I have also been filled up as well in my own walk and my own faith, and been strengthened as well, and just the community aspect of all of us in conversation about our faith has been a really neat way to see how God has been working in our group. My girls are so much fun. We have a really great time when we meet together. We come in and we spend some time just catching up on our weeks, and we usually have a snack or something to eat or drink, and then we will sit down together around on some couches around the TV, and we will just share things that we've been learning that week, things that we need to pray for, and we're really intentional in praying for things upcoming. These girls are going to transition into college.
It's so nice to have somebody, or a group of girls, for me to come to every Wednesday and share about my week and what I've been seeing God do, and know that there's no judgment, only love coming from them. And it's neat because they encourage me and I get to encourage them, and I get to see how God's working through their lives.
The message on the great go and the great love really spoke to our group, and we felt a call to go out in love and serve others through the name of Christ. And so that began our conversation, is how can we exist as a group to make each other more like Christ, and also to go out and be Christ to others. And so that's what began our conversation, to be a group of outreach and to serve. We're sitting at Starbucks one afternoon, two girls, Sarah and Courtney, and the idea of the walk came up, and one of the girls said, why don't we help the Dove's Nest? And we had thought of ideas to do globally or locally. And then the Dove's Nest was brought up because we know that Forest Hill was really involved a couple Christmas Eves ago. There was one meeting where we were all discouraged because we were at the beginning and it was really hard, and it was a big task that we were undergoing, and a lot of money that we wanted to raise. And I remember thinking, like, are we going to do this? Is this something that we want to do?
We had no former knowledge of how to do a walk, or we had no training or anything, and God was literally showing us step by step and setting things up.
We all prayed about it and we thought about it. I mean, it was something that from that moment, we were committed to doing it and going forward. So I think that was a big, crucial moment for us, is are we committed to doing this, and are we gonna see God through this, and are we gonna be faithful to finish it? I think we saw God through it big time. So once we decided that we were going to do this walk for Dove's Nest and raise the money, we did some research and found out that we could sponsor a bed for one of their clients, and that would be $2,500. So we decided that was going to be what we were going to raise money for. $2,500 is a lot of money, and I had never done any kind of big fundraising before, and so the week before, a couple of days before, we probably have $1,500, and I'm starting to reality. I'm thinking, oh, how are we going to get this? How is this going to come through? And I remember the walk was a Saturday, and I think Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I got at least $800 in, and just friends calling me and bringing in checks, and it was just awesome to see the way God provided for our walk and how God was faithful. And it was nothing that we were doing, but it was the faithfulness of God through this, and that He could do what He said He could do.
Big thing that we all learned, I think, was about God's faithfulness, and how God is so faithful and He's so active. And if you try to trust in Him and you believe in Him, He will come through and He will be faithful.
Sometimes I allow myself to think God's a lot smaller than He actually is, and throughout this entire journey, He's just shown me that He is so huge, and that my brain will never be able to wrap around how big He is and how much He can do if He wants to, and how if we're faithful in Him, He'll provide for us, and that He really is great.
The biggest thing I learned from the walk is that nothing is impossible for God. I think I came into it with a lot of doubts and a lot of fears, I don't know if we can do this. I've never done any kind of fundraiser before. I've never raised this kind of money for other people, and I think I would want people to know that you can do this. This is something you can do when you are walking in the name of Christ and you're glorifying Him. I think that this is something that He is so huge and that He can do and you can accomplish. So get out there and do it.